Hello again, YouTube. This is Dave Gets Dollars, where I provide for you veteran expertise on Doordash, Instacart, Grubhub, Uber Eats, Lyft, and whatever other platform. Today, I want to talk about something that my wife brought to my attention. I guess it was an article on Yahoo. I didn't get a chance to read it yet, but I'm gonna get out later. I just had to do some other business stuff. Whoa, the sun is. My apologies for the sun shining where you can't see me. But anyway, make sure I'm looking good for the camera as usual. But so the article was talking about how unsafe doing DoorDash, Uber, and all these things are. And I want to touch on that real briefly. Listen. When we who are dashers, who do these deliveries, who do these rides, we have to be cutthroat, if you will, and selfish. You know, we have to have good customer service skills, all the while being selfish and protecting ourselves. Why? Why do I say this? Because in the world we have, and don't get caught up in all the propaganda and all the things that's going on, you still have to be selfish. I want to pull over when I talk about this. In the world we have selfish criminals. We have criminals. We have sociopaths. We have psychopaths. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So we have to take these things into consideration. And we have environments that are not conducive to our safety. I saw DoorDash dad had he uploaded a clip where he said he was something like he was the king of unassignment. And that's because he's a veteran dasher. He knows, like I know, in this Midwest especially, that sometimes you got to see an order and be like, oh, no, I ain't doing this, unassigned. Because we're in this to make money. We're in this. It's quite fulfilling for me. You know, I must say I like the independence, and I told you I'm going full time. My last day on my job is soon, the 28th. But we have to be safe out here, y'all. There's a such thing called a ghetto. And what happens in ghettos? People get killed. People get robbed. Desperation. Unfortunately, desperation. So we have to be careful. Here in Milwaukee, I know where they all are. I grew up in one myself. So it wasn't always my neighborhood that I grew up in. When we were little, it was like a lot of homeowners, this, that, and it just progressed into what it is today. But anyway, they said there are 424 carjackings in Chicago. If you dashing in Chicago, you should know these areas. Don't even try. Well, I'm having faith. You know how people try to bring the Bible in it? I'm having faith. Or they'll say, I ain't worried about it. Listen. If they want deliveries, let them move to better areas. Don't put yourself in harm's way for a delivery. See, DoorDash, these platforms, they don't know our areas like we do. Especially Detroit, Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Baltimore, Indianapolis, the Midwest, that East, Newark, New Jersey. Come on now. You have to be careful in any area. But you have to be especially careful in the sketchy ones. And there is a such thing. So what I would say is if your completion rate is low, like let's say you're at 85%, you say, well, I've been doing it. Just go to the best area you can think of. Dash there, complete, complete, complete. When you complete 3 deliveries in a row, your completion rate goes up by 1 or 2%. And you have to watch, because the tricky thing about the app is sometimes when you don't respond to the deliveries offered to you, it causes your completion rate to go down. So make sure you're staring at your phone like, and if you don't want the delivery, reject it. But you got to get your completion rate up so you can reject these orders going to the worst areas. And if you do go to those worst areas, then you should know the times that those areas are safe. Like for me, for instance, in Milwaukee, it's the 30s of Center, Locust, Burleigh, Chambers, Meineke. You don't want to, I will not take orders there, especially when it's warm outside, after maybe 10, 11 a.m. The most of them I try to avoid, and sometimes Doordash will put a double, like just recently I had a double. And one of them was going to an area called Stickney Avenue, which is basically a safe suburb of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Then they had one on the tail end of that was going down to the hood. So I did the first one. I saw that one. Oh, no. No. I hadn't picked it up yet. Like, no. No, I'm not doing that. I mean, and I don't want to be like that, but that just comes with the territory. I'm in this to make money. I have a family at home. If you and your little boys, your guys, people on your block have intentions, quick fix intentions, oh, let's rob them, let's do this, let's do that, let's bust this move. I'm sorry if I'm using terms that some of you ain't never heard of. This is Milwaukee slang. But I do not care if you get a delivery. I don't care. I don't care. Go pick it up yourself. If you planning on robbing me, or you planning on robbing other Dashers, Uber Eats drivers, anything else, you can go get that yourself. And it's for all of us to know our areas and to know the potential risks. You say, well, I don't want to judge people. Yes, you do want to judge. You rather judge wrong than be sorry in the long run. They said they had found a Lyft driver with a bullet in his head. Listen. People who do these things are adversaries to us. Us who try to, and I know I'm preaching, but us who try to do upstanding things in life, these type of people are our adversary. We owe them nothing. Nothing. We deliver to people with money on their card, with money in their hands. We don't deliver to people who have failed in life, so they're looking for quick remedies. People who are bitter, maybe they didn't grow up with both parents. They're bitter over this, bitter over that. That's what we can't put ourselves in harm's way for these people, y'all. Safety first. Know your areas. Know your areas. And all the $3 orders and things, the cherry picking, you have to cherry pick. Especially if you don't live on Rodale Drive, you don't deliver to these type of places, then you better be cherry picking or you're putting yourself in harm's way. You're putting your vehicle in harm's way. Especially if you got one car. And you leave your car running in one of these areas, one of these joyriding kids is going to steal your car, and you're going to be without a car. You may never get it back. So remember, you owe yourself, you owe your kids if you have kids, you owe your wife, husband. You don't owe people who are doing evil. trying to rob us drivers. You don't owe them anything. You owe the customers that are just trying to order, just trying to relax with Netflix and play video game, PS5. You owe them. You don't owe criminals that are on the other side trying to rob you. You don't owe them. Get cutthroat. Know your areas. Unfortunately, if these areas, go on spotcrime.com. Learn these things. And I'll be back with more videos. This is Dave Gets Dollars. Get that money. And you who want to rob us, go get you a job, go get you a license, and you get that money too.